Hi, this is Mike Alexander, manager of the Research and Analytics Division here at the Atlanta Regional Commission. I have Mike Carnathan with me, who develops the monthly regional snapshot, and we're here to talk about some very interesting changes occurring in the Atlanta region.
That's right, Mike. In this month's regional snapshot, we look at the changing dynamics of the household, which shows that the household continues to evolve away from the traditional husband-wife family to a greater diversity of household types. This really means that single-person and single-parent households continue to grow at a faster rate than husband-wife families. Now keep in mind that the family household, here this is loosely defined as any person living with a relative, still dominates the landscape. In almost every jurisdiction, some 70% of the households are family households. The major exception is in the city of Atlanta. 44% of all households in the city are one-person households, which reflects a long trend of condo building in the city. A lot of young professionals are putting off starting a family, and the city has lots of housing options that cater to a single lifestyle.
The city of Atlanta really is an interesting case. So while most households are of a single person variety, the city is actually becoming more family friendly. In a way, in focusing only on households with kids, the city of Atlanta was the only jurisdiction to experience an increase in husband-wife families as a share of all households with kids. Every other jurisdiction had percentage point decreases in husband-wife families with kids, which means that a greater share of households with kids are headed by single parents.
That's right. Now, with that being said, in looking at all households in the region, the trend is very clear. One-person households are on the rise and family households are decreasing. But like with all things, there are going to be some pretty stark differences once we examine these trends at the neighborhood level. There are neighborhoods that saw pretty dramatic increases in husband-wife families.
Well, in each snapshot, we always try to include a map whenever possible because we like to get the spatial understanding of our data, and we know it's critical to telling the right story. Now I'm going to switch to our Neighborhood Nexus visualization and analytical tool called Weave, where we can get a neighborhood look at these trends. So you can see that, as of 2010, the greatest concentrations of husband-wife families are located in suburban and exurban areas of the region. That's what we would expect. But you know which area had the greatest percentage point increase in husband-wife families in the last decade? Oakhurst in the city of Decatur. So that is a leading indicator that suggests some in-town areas, namely the Decatur and Emory areas, are becoming more family friendly, even though they are not at the same levels as some suburban areas yet. Which area do you think had the highest percentage point change in single-person households? You can see where they are concentrated today, in the urban core around Midtown. And in terms of change, well, many of the same areas are adding more single-person households, as downtown Atlanta, near Northside and Ivan Allen, had the greatest share increase in single-person households. This area already had a lot of college students, and over the last decade or so, a lot of condos and townhomes have been added to the west side of Atlanta, which has really turned it into a destination for urban residents. If you want to explore this topic further, go to our interactive mapping website. Also, make sure you check out our regional snapshot page at www.atlantaregional.com/regional snapshots.